everyone, and welcome to the second royal reading of the day. And I am reading on Princess Anne in this particular reading, looking at her and the fact that she is going to be appointed, the Princess Royal is going to be appointed as Captain General of the Royal Marines, replacing, of course, Prince Harry. And I am using, for this reading, the Zombie Tarot. I haven't used the Zombie Tarot for a while. It is ghoulish, it is grisly. If you are squeamish, look away, because the Zombie Tarot is not for the faint-hearted. But before I do this reading, let me just say I did a reading on Donald Trump. Previous reading I did today, Piers Morgan interview, and yes, I looked it up. Piers Morgan is an Aries. I was almost right, and so don't worry to tell me if you are going to make the effort to look it up, or you already know. I have gone, I have looked, I have found out. Hopefully now I will remember. If there is a next time, there's bound to be a next time with Piers Morgan. But anyway, leaving them behind, let's look now at Princess Anne and the fact that she is going to be appointed Captain General of the Marines in Harry's place in August. And of course, she is, I think her birthday is in August. She is in Leo, so perhaps it's a birthday present. It's been told as if they are waiting to appoint her until after the Jubilee, and I suppose they're waiting to see if Harry and Meghan are going to show up on the balcony in June. But maybe they're just being tactful, maybe it is a birthday present. I'm going to do a 5-card reading using the Zombie Tarot, see how she feels, how the Royal Marines feel, and how Prince Harry feels about losing this finally. Now, people complain that the royals aren't doing anything about Harry and Meghan, but this is a big deal. This is official. This is replacing him. A lot of people were concerned that they were just going to keep the position open, hoping that Harry was going to be lured back. It seems as if instead they were waiting to actually tell him, Her Majesty the Queen was waiting to tell him, and there she is, the Hierophant, face to face. Apparently she likes to give bad news to you in person, which is a very honourable thing to do, a brave thing to do. And so it seems as if Prince Harry was told the bad news, in my opinion, I'm speculating, over tea with the Queen. By the way, has put those uniforms away. Princess Anne is getting the job. There it is. There's the Hierophant. That is the Taurus. That is the royal family. That is the status quo, the hierarchy, the doing things the right and proper way. And it's taken a long time, and there's been lots of speculation. Apparently the Marines really wanted Prince William, but Prince William is a king in waiting and has lots of things on his plate. And so Princess Anne being rewarded for her very hard work on behalf of the royal family, and of course very much a woman who was made in the image of her father in terms of service, highly regarded by the military in the UK, and I think also around the world, in very safe hands. The Royal Marines will be in very, very safe hands after being really let down, again in my opinion, by Prince Harry. And so the situation, just generally, this 5-card reading, Zombie Tarot, the situation, the 6 of Wands is a defeat card. The undead are victorious when the card is upright, but the undead are not victorious now. The card is in the reverse, a defeat for Prince Harry, a media defeat, a PR defeat, a dishonour. Normally this card, the 6 of Wands, in the Rider-Waite depiction, is, and it's official, it is now official. Very interesting that the card tells us it's official, because people have been speculating for ages, as I said in my preamble, wondering what the Queen is going to do about this. But normally the 6 of Wands is a person, a man, riding triumphantly on his horse. And of course, lots of these honorary positions involve processing, parades, horses, bands, that kind of thing. Princess Anne, of course, an expert horsewoman, will be right at home in the saddle there. And so that is the 6 of Wands in reverse. And Fluffy has just come through the cat flap for a snack. So if you hear bells ringing and then crunching sound, scratching first, scratching the furniture, that is Fluffy. So it's a defeat for Prince Harry, and it's a very public defeat and a great dishonour as far as he is concerned. But we'll see how he feels about all of this. How does Princess Anne feel about taking this on? Judgment. She feels it's well deserved. Judgment is a decision, a moment of reckoning. Judgment is a big decision, and it was a big decision. This took the royal family an awful long time to reach the royal family, meaning the Queen. Taurus don't move fast at all. And she's taken her time about this. She's pondered it. She's reached this decision, and it's an almighty decision. It's a day of reckoning. It's a day of reckoning not only for Princess Anne, a reward for a life of service. The judgment card normally is the second coming, the trumpet sounding and the dead rising up to be judged, literally, and received into the afterlife. And it's also a judgment on Prince Harry. It's a defeat for Prince Harry. It's a judgment. It's all-round judgment. It's a very, very big thing for her. This is huge. It really, really couldn't be bigger than that card. It's enormous. She feels it. She feels the weight of the responsibility, but she also feels the fact that she's been valued, that she has been judged and found deserving of this honour. For her, this is huge. It really is huge. I think very emotional. I'm feeling quite emotional as I'm saying that. And I don't think Princess Anne is a particularly emotional person. We saw her emotional at Prince Philip's funeral, of course. And this is big for her. How do the Marines feel about this decision, this judgment? Six of Swords in reverse. They're not thrilled, quite honestly. They're not thrilled. The Six of Swords is leaving your troubles behind, moving on. It's not what they wanted. It's not what they wanted. And I'm sad to say that. I'm sad to see this card. When the Six of Swords is in reverse, you were stuck in troubles. You were stuck in stormy seas. You haven't been able to put distance between yourself and your troubles. So they are not delighted by this. And perhaps that's what the weight is of this decision. Of course, there is some kind of a bomb hurtling for these people in this on this card. As I say, this is not for the squeamish or the faint-hearted, the Grizzly deck. But they're disappointed. This was not the decision that they wanted. They wanted Prince William. Clearly, they were campaigning for Prince William. And I think one of the reasons it's taken so long is that there has probably been some persuading going on in the background through back channels, people being talked to and convinced that the Princess Royal is the one for them. Because no doubt in my mind that she will serve as best she can. But they wanted the king. They wanted the king. So, the king in waiting. Well, king in waiting, shall we say. And how does Prince Harry feel about this? It's official now, according to the card above. How does he feel? Five of Wands. He is Grizzly card, so we'll put it down. The Five of Wands is conflict, is strife within a family. It's competition card. Ugly competition, the Five of Wands. Fighting for the sake of fighting. Fighting with people that you know well, in a team, in a family. It's that kind of energy. This is conflict for him. Conflict that has ended in a loss, a defeat, really. He didn't think this would happen. I think he thought he could scrap and scramble and save it somehow if he made enough noise, if he put out enough PR articles, if he threatened enough, if he wrote enough nasty stuff in his book, he would be able somehow, through conflict, through stirring conflict, he would be able to salvage the situation for himself. Nasty piece of work, in my opinion, and according to Tina Brown too. I have ordered that book, can't wait for it to come. This not happy. He's not happy. This is not an emotional card. This is an angry card. The Five of Wands, conflict, and real sort of playground brawls. It's an immature energy when you're in Five of Wands energy. It's not grown up way of handling conflict at all, as you can see from the cards. And it's this family all sort of tearing each other to bits. That is literally what is going on at the moment in the royal family because of this petulance. And it's an unavoidable word with Prince Harry, again, in my opinion. So the outcome, how is this going to go? As I say, the Marines aren't exactly thrilled right now. How is it going to work out for all concerned? Ace of Swords. That is a very positive card. It's a new start. Ace is always fresh starts, a new start and a very clear start. They've been left in the dark for a long time, wondering what was going to happen to them, and now it's clear. Now they know. It's official, as that first card I read said. Apart from this card, of course, this is the underlying card. First card of the actual reading. It's official. Decision has been made. Very decisive, it's very clear, no confusion, no doubts. It's not an emotional card, it's not a Wands, which would be exciting and enthusiastic. But this says you've been given a command now, judgment has been handed down to you, it's been decreed, this is what's going to happen, and get on with it now. And you can see that the hands gripping that sword or that blade, it's not a sword, the hands joined there, and they're gonna get on with it. They'll make the best of it that they can. They will get on with it. Got their marching orders basically, and so they will comply. But I think she's got a bit of a rocky road ahead of her, Princess Anne. She's gonna have to rise to the occasion. I have no doubt she will rise to the occasion. But for her, a challenge. It is a challenge, and she's got her work cut out to win them over. And good luck to her, I say, absolutely good luck to her. And I hope she succeeds, and good riddance to him, in my opinion. Of course, a happy day at last, some good news. And I'm going to leave it there and hopefully see you all tomorrow.